Take 3. Hey, what's up, everybody? How you doing? It's me, Robert Anthony. What are you doing?
Well, I never know what to do with my hands, so.
Okay, Ricky Bobby. Joel likes to drive fast. We are, well, I'm Robert Anthony, living with Rob. This
right,
is...
and I'm Joel Anthony, and I am living with Rob.
Yeah, we're so glad that you're here. We are coming to you from the Rapid River Truck Trail in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. It is October 5th, it's Thursday, and the Rapid River Truck Trail is one of my favorite places to do, in particular, drone video and photography of the forest. But this 14-mile stretch of road between Rapid River and where it exits out on 41 is a well-manicured dirt road that is an amazing place to see fall colors. Generally speaking, if you're here between about October 1st and October 10th, you are going to see amazing colors here. You just can't go wrong, and you don't have to do much to see them. So look up kind of Escanaba on the map, and north of Escanaba is Rapid River, and you just drive the forest road. It's called the Rapid River Truck Trail. If you want to do the whole 14 miles, it's worth the entire drive. Bring a drone if you have one, because it's epic to fly here. It's mostly national forest. There is some private property, but plenty of places to fly. It is a beautiful place to do aerial photography and video in particular. So we wanted to give you an update on what's going on and where we're at and why we're here and what's happening. So after 5 nights at the Constellation Farms, our last Boondockers Welcome host, they have a 160-acre farm, and they also host a 36-hole Frisbee or disc golf course for the PDGA. And they actually had a tournament there, so I did some flying and some video capture of the players and did some work with them, as well as doing flyovers of their holes so they can edit those, do voiceovers, and actually have professional hole coverage that they can start sharing across the internet as they market their place. We left the night after we saw an epic sunset. It was gorgeous. Let me put that image on the screen here right now so you can see that sunset. And I want you to stay tuned as we're going, because toward the end, what I'm going to do is I'm going to reel together a significant bit of footage from the Rapid River Truck Trail and some of the other places that we've seen to kind of show you where things are at right now. If you are coming up north for color, let me address that right now. You still have time to hit the Superior Coast all the way up the Keweenaw Peninsula, probably until the 11th, 12th, 13th of this month. You're going to be good as far as color goes, as well as the entire swoop across Lake Superior down to Marquette, the other M city, Manistee, Munising. I can never remember which is which. I think it's Manistee. I apologize for the wind. All the way to Pictured Rocks and into Tequamanon Falls, probably until the 15th or 16th of this month of October. So you're good. Get up here. You want to see the colors. So after we left their farm, we ended up in a town called Bergland, and we're staying at a Pay Park. It's a county park. It's really a beautiful park on Lake Gojebek. And we're really enjoying it there. It's very quiet. There's just a couple of us there. The one thing about Michigan in the Upper Peninsula that I have found is there is diddly squat for dispersed or boondock camping. Yes, there are national forests everywhere, but if you have a trailer in tow, you're going to have very few places to camp if you are a self-contained unit. A truck camper or a truck like ours with the Lear capper on the back, or maybe a tent on the top, or a Sprinter van, or like what I used to do, a minivan, or the Sequoia converted. Lots of places for you to stay in the national forest up here. That would be much easier than what we're doing. If you're going to be pulling a trailer, you're probably going to want to plan on paying. That's just all there is to it. So we came across over to Bergland because we want to get close to Copper Peak, Presque Inlet, and the Porcupine Mountains, because they weren't quite ready when we were here. I've learned that the foliage that is within a mile or two inland of Lake Superior is way behind the rest of the middle of the western half of the Upper Peninsula. Apparently the lake affects the color change, so we have to wait for another week. However, Copper Peak, which you'll see here, is at perfect peak right now. That's called the ski fly jump. I don't think they use it anymore, but that used to be a tournament ski jump in the wintertime where they would come off that thing and they would actually fly out and do jumps. Now they offer chairlift rides all the way to the top. The only way to actually see the national forest, the beauty of the national forest that you're seeing around Copper Peak right now, is either with a drone, like when I captured it, or have them take you up to the top. There's a watchtower up there that you can look out across and see Lake Superior and the forest. It's a beautiful view. It's kind of obscure. It's kind of out there in the middle of nowhere, but it's worth the drive. You don't want to miss that when you come up here. We then drove over to the Presque Inlet, which I filmed last year around the 11th or 12th of October, and we're at the 5th now. Barely changing. And when that forest changes, it is orange and yellow like you can't believe. So we're going to have to wait that one out. And while we're waiting, we're going to finish up at the Porcupine Mountains, because last week on Friday, it's Thursday today, it was about 50%. So probably tomorrow in the morning, if the weather cooperates, we're going to go up there, do some photography, do some video, because that is going to be perfectly at peak, I'm guessing, tomorrow is what I'm thinking.
Yep.
So we're going to wait out Presque Inlet. Then we're going to head up to Brockway Mountain a third time. The second time we were there, the night before we were coming back, we were driving back and we drove through Calumet and we went through the mine there. It's just an amazing historical place. Calumet has so much history in it. It was really something that we enjoyed quite a bit, actually, and I don't like doing that stuff much, so that'll tell you, it was really, really cool.
Yeah.
A lot of places to visit there. It was really neat, especially if you're into old historical buildings and a lot of old 1800s history. It was neat. So coming back, the forest was at peak. It was gorgeous, and there were some open fields. It was stunning. And so I wanted to get my DJI Avata out, because my boys, I think Jacob and Levi, really like watching that thing when it flies. An FPV drone is the drone, you wear the goggles, and when I'm flying the drone, I'm actually looking at it through the lens of the camera. I'm looking at what I'm flying through, actually through the lens of the camera, as if I'm in a pilot seat. So first person view, and it is an amazing experience. Well, so I'm flying it, screaming down the road like a Jedi flying an F-16. And I go out of the forest, and I flew past a red tree, and you'll see right here, branch strike through the drone out into the forest. 32 miles an hour that thing was flying, smacked that branch, and we then spent the next 2 hours looking for our drone because it powered itself off, which means that we couldn't make the sound work and we couldn't flash the lights on it. It was nothing. We're trying to find a drone that big around on the floor of the forest, which is brown, and the drone is brown.
What, neon? It has the
Fortunately, I have neon bumper guards, and that's the only way that we were finally able to see it. And unfortunately, the Find My Drone application on the DJI platform app, it was off by about 30 or 40 feet. So I'm telling you, it took us forever. But fortunately, we figured out how to watch. She helped me, actually, figure out how to watch. And I saw where it hit, and I knew that it hit the floor, because we were looking in the trees thinking it was stuck up there, and it wasn't. So very fortunate in that. There was a lot of good footage on there. I hadn't had a chance to back it up yet. Even though it was only one day of footage, I hadn't had a chance to back it up yet. But
it still flew.
32 miles an hour hits that tree, and that sucker still flies. So kudos to DJI getting better with that thing. I love that thing. Actually flew it up the Presque Inlet. That was really something. I love doing that. So what we're doing is we're going to go back. We're going to post this video hopefully tomorrow or the next day. And so you can see it, get some real-time footage. If you're coming up here, you still are going to see good footage on the Superior coastline all the way up to Copper Harbor between now, October 5th. My guess is all the way out until the 11th or 12th. There's still going to be great footage.
Good color.
Good color. Thank you. You're going to see good color. And you can just do that whole loop across the entire northern half of the Upper Peninsula between Marquette, Manistee, I think it's Manistee. If it's not, it's Munising.
I think it's
Pictured Rocks. I think it's Munising.
I think it's Munising. I don't know.
Yep.
A lot of tongue twisters up here.
Yep. And get back to the Keweenaw Falls. If you can do that between about the 7th or 8th, all the way to the 15th, you're going to see great color. We're going to take you there. We're going to take you there over the next 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 or 10 days. We're taking you there.
We're taking you.
But you know, if you want to see it yourself. Of course, if you don't have a drone, you're not going to see what I'm going to be able to show you. That's what you're paying me for.
There's a lot of color, not so much on the ground, but when the drone goes up.
It's amazing.
It's beautiful.
It is amazing.
Yeah.
And I love that. So, yep.
Yep.
You have anything else?
No.
Yeah. So we're going to close out. We want to ask that you would like, subscribe, and hit that bell notification. Hey, if you'd share the video with your friends, that means a lot to us. And most importantly, you know, we do love hearing your comments.
Yeah.
We've got some really great comments. We're going to be doing a video about our camper and whether or not we would do it again in the coming week or two, whether we would buy the camper that we bought in our Winnebago Micro Mini 2108 DS FLX model. I have some thoughts for you on that I'm excited to share, some different ways that I might do things differently if I were to do it all over again, and really share and get into the nuts and bolts of that. I know you're going to want to see that video in the coming weeks, especially Brian, because Brian asked that we do that.
Right.
And Brian, we're going to make that video. It's just for you, and I'm hoping that not only does it help you, but it helps other people. So, hey, stick around. Music's going to start here. Cue the music. Is it going? I don't know. We don't know, because I'm editing this later. We're going to show you some beautiful footage from what we've seen. Copper Peak was actually at peak because it's about 8 miles in. It was quite a stunning picture. And we would just want to show you around this Rapid River Truck Trail area today what we were able to see. I just know that you're going to love it. So enjoy yourselves. Again, leave your comments, share the video. We love hearing from you, and we will see you when?
In the next one.
Hey, thanks a lot.
Bye.
Take care.